Indian Constitution. A constitution is a set of rules which makes the system of government work. The Constitution of India establishes the structure of the government and its functions by setting up the fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and directive principles for the citizens and the government. The preamble is an introductory statement that briefly expresses the purpose of the Constitution and its basic principles. In more simple terms, it can be referred to as the preface, as it highlights the entire Constitution. The Indian Constitution declares India as a secular, socialist, and democratic country, which assures equality, justice, and liberty for its citizens. Formation of Indian Constitution. To draft the Constitution of India, a Constituent Assembly was formed, which was led by Dr. Rajendra Prasad. It consisted of people from different fields all over India. The writing of the Constitution was given to 7-member drafting committee led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He, along with the other members, designed the Constitution of India. Based on the discussions in the Constituent Assembly, our Constitution was finally adopted on 26 January 1950 by the Constituent Assembly. We celebrate this day as Republic Day every year. Nature of Indian Constitution. The nature of our Constitution is both federal and unitary. Federal Constitution. In this type of constitution, powers are divided between central government and state governments in such a way that both of these can work independently as well as coordinately. The Union Government of India and state government can enact laws on separate subjects listed in the Constitution. Unitary Constitution. In this type of constitution, all the powers of government are granted to the central government, under which the state government works. In India, the Union Parliament has the upper hand on any law passed by a state. Need of a constitution. Every free and democratic country needs a constitution to rule the country. A constitution shapes the relationship between the people and the government. It lays down the basic nature of our society with certain set of rules and principles that all the citizens in the country can agree upon as the basis of the way in which they want their country to be governed. A constitution marks the limitation for the all citizens, governments, executives, judiciary, etc. Each and every department works within the limitation of the Constitution. Guiding principles. India has a long history of freedom struggle. The hopes, ideals, and dreams of our freedom fighters, a society free from all types of exploitation, universal brotherhood, peace, etc., are the guiding principles of our Constitution. Our Constitution is based on the principles of democracy, socialism, and secularism. An introduction called Preamble to our Constitution states the vision and objectives of our Constitution and the goals of the governments. The preamble describes India as a sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic republic. Democracy means the rule of the people, by the people, and for the people. Socialism means every citizen will be treated equally, socially, and economically. Secularism means every citizen is free to follow any religion. Republic means having two types of government, central government and state government. Preamble to the Constitution of India. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November, 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Fundamental rights. Rights are defined as claims of an individual that are essential for the development of his or her own self and that are recognized by society or state. The Constitution of India guarantees some rights to its citizens. These rights are known as fundamental rights. These rights are called fundamental because of two reasons. First, these are mentioned in our Constitution, which guarantees them. And the second, these are justiciable, that is, enforceable through courts. Being justiciable means, in case of their violation, an individual can approach courts for their protection. Moreover, these rights are identified as basic human rights for a human beings to live in dignity in the society. The Constitution guarantees 6 fundamental rights to Indian citizens. These are as follows: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies, right to equality. India had a long history of exploitation, social, political, and economic. Therefore, right to equality is very important to us. The purpose of this right is to establish the rule of law, where all the citizens should be treated equal before the law. Our Constitution guarantees equality before law. The state cannot discriminate against a citizen on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. This is necessary to bring about social equality. The state cannot discriminate against anyone in the matter of public employment. Practicing untouchability in any form has been made a punishable offense under the law. All the British titles like Sir, Knighthood, or Rai Bahadur, which were given to the British loyalists during the British rule, have been abolished because they created distinctions of artificial nature. However, the President of India can confer civil and military awards to those who have rendered meritorious service to the nation in different fields. Right to freedom. The following are the rights to freedom: freedom of speech and expression, freedom to assemble peacefully and without arms, freedom to form associations and unions, freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India, freedom to reside and settle in any part of India, freedom to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade, or business. Right against exploitation. Right against exploitation provides two provisions: A. Prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. B. Prohibition of employment of children in factories, shops, offices, etc. Right to freedom of religion. India is a multi-religion country where Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Buddhists, Jains, and many other communities live together. Therefore, the Constitution declares India as a secular state. It means that India has no religion of its own, but it allows full freedom to all the citizens to have faith in any religion and to worship the way they like. But this should not interfere with the religious beliefs and ways of worship of other fellow beings. Cultural and educational rights. India has a diversity of culture, scripts, languages, and religions. Therefore, protection of language, culture, and religion of the minorities becomes essential so that the minorities may not feel neglected or undermined under the impact of the majority rule. Right to constitutional remedies. Since fundamental rights are justiciable, they are just like guarantees. They are enforceable, as every individual has the right to seek the help from courts if they are violated. In 2002, by the 86th Constitutional Amendment, right to education, RT, has been included to our Constitution. It says that all the children between the age group of 6 and 14 have right to get free and compulsory education. Recently, the Supreme Court of India has said that right to privacy is a fundamental right of the citizens of India. Fundamental duties. The fundamental duties are the moral obligations of all the citizens. Along with the fundamental rights, the Constitution lays down certain fundamental duties. Fundamental duties and fundamental rights are closely related. Someone's duty is someone's right, and vice versa. We should respect the national flag and the national anthem. We should defend the sovereignty, harmony, and unity of India. We should help government at the time of danger. We should respect the rich heritage of our culture. We should protect the public property. We should not harm each other. We should protect our environment. We should treat everyone equally. Directive principles. The Constitution has laid down some guidelines for the government to follow. These guidelines are called directive principles. The government should provide better living conditions for all its citizens. The government should provide work for all people. The government should ensure that no one becomes rich by exploiting others. The government should provide free and compulsory education for children up to 14 years of age. The government should improve the conditions of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other weaker sections of the society. The government should work towards the protection of environment and wildlife.